Hey, Christy from Loom and Crafty. Today I want to show you how to loom knit a stitch pattern I designed called the Pigtail Lace Stitch. I have a swatch in a number 5 bulky and a number 4 acrylic yarn, and the number 5 bulky is a wool acrylic blend that has a little bit of a halo. But I did 2 different swatches because I know a lot of you out here use more bulky yarn than you do lower weight yarn like 4s and 3s, and I like to show you what the stitch is going to look like if you decide to do it in a different weight of yarn. I didn't do a number 3 or number 2. You can experiment with that if you wish, but I know these 2 weights of yarn are usually the most used. So this is the number 5 bulky, and it has a little bit of a halo to it, which gives it a little bit fuzzier look. But I'm calling it the pigtail lace because the little coils here, and it has a triangular shape throughout. It repeats through the design, as you can see here. And there's another one, kind of like a triangle or a teardrop, kind of with the little coils. And this is what it looks like in the bulky, and it's very lacy. And another bulky that didn't have the wool blend and the halo might even look a little more lacier. This, like I said, it has a halo, so it's going to look a little bit more filled in. And this is the number 4 with the same stitch pattern. And this yarn actually has a little bit of a sheen to it. And you can see the little coils here and the little triangular teardrop shape that keeps repeating. This is a 4-row pattern, and this would make a really pretty shawl or scarf, or I haven't tried it in the round yet, but you could even make a cowl and join the ends, make a flat panel cowl and join the ends. So it would really make a really nice lacy project. So to show you how to do this, I'm going to work it on my Sock 2 loom by KB on the 3/8 gauge. That's what I made that green swatch on. And we're going to use the exact same yarn that I made the swatch. And I like to do a garter cast on. It's fast, it's a little bit stretchy, it looks neat, and it kind of tends to be, everybody has their go-to cast on. It's kind of mine. So I'm going to show you real quick how to do the garter cast on first, and you can do whatever cast on you want. I just wouldn't suggest an E-wrap cast on. It would be too loose and it wouldn't look too great. Let's move this up a little bit so I can get more on the camera. I'm just going to work 8 stitches here. You need to have an even number of pegs, so you can make this project as long as you want or as big as you want, as long as you have an even number of pegs. So to cast on, I'm going to do an E-wrap, and if you don't know how to do an E-wrap, your working yarn needs to be coming from the back of the peg before the next peg that you're going to wrap. You need to wrap it around the back, around the front, just like that, and that's your E-wrap. So I'm going to wrap 8 pegs, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then to do a garter stitch cast on is 1 row E-wrap, 1 row purl. So to do a purl, you take your pick, you push it down through your loop toward the bottom, have your working yarn on the bottom, below it, scoop it up through your existing loop, make a new loop, take your new loop, put it back on, and snug it up, but not too tight. Let's do it one more time. Through your top of your loop, working yarn at the bottom, pull it up, make a new loop, take it off, put that loop behind, and put your new loop back on. So we'll finish our garter cast on. And I'm going to tighten that tail yarn just a little bit back there so it'll be tighter. All right, to start your first row, you need to, I'm trying to move my yarn around over here. You need to take your working yarn and wrap, you're going to skip this one, slip it. You're going to slip this peg, forget it exists. You're going to wrap this one twice, so you'll have 3 loops on that peg, okay? And then you're going to purl it. And my loop just came off. But you don't want to wrap it too tight. If you wrap it too tight, it's going to be hard to purl. But you see you have 3 loops on here now. So basically what you did was you E-wrapped this twice, and then with the existing loop, you have 3 loops. And then we're just going to pull our yarn back around to the front, push it below, like you do a regular purl. We're going to scoop it up, make that new loop, take these 3 off, and put the new loop back on. So it should look like this. You have these 3 loops behind here like this, okay? Then your third peg, you're going to purl over. To do a purl over, you're going to come from behind your second peg, wrap around like an E-wrap. You're going to scoop up from the bottom, just like this. Then you're going to pull this top loop down. So your loop is going down like this. Then you're going to flip it back up and over your peg and take your working yarn that I have in this hand, and you're going to snug it up just a little bit. That's a purl over. Okay, then you're just going to repeat these 2. You're going to wrap this one twice, not too tight. Pull your yarn around, purl it. So you purl all 3 loops, put it back on. Now, if your loops kind of go to the side, it's okay. You can move them around or whatever. They'll eventually kind of drop where they're supposed to be, but you can kind of move them with your finger if you need to. Then we're going to do the purl over. Flip it back and over. And then we're going to wrap 2. Purl all 3 loops. Do your purl over. And then we're going to U-wrap that last one because I want a nice little clean edge there. Okay? All right, now you can look back and see where you did your 3 loops if you need to. So what we're going to do is, we did purl overs on these little single ones here. So row 2 going back, we're going to do purls. So where we did a purl over, we're going to do a purl. Okay? The next one, we're going to wrap it twice again and purl it, just like we did before. So basically, what you're doing is, you're wrapping 3, the first row, a purl over, wrapping 3, purl over. When you go back, you're going to purl instead of purl over. You're going to purl the peg that you purled over, and you're going to wrap the one you wrapped 3 times. You're going to do that again. So we're going to purl here, and then we wrapped this one before. We're going to wrap it again twice, and then purl it. And see, it wanted to kind of flip around a little bit. It's okay. Then we're going to purl this one, and then we're going to wrap this one twice and purl it, and then we're going to U-wrap that last peg. Okay, now that's row 1 and row 2. Now you can tell every other peg we wrap twice because there's a little more bulk there. So where you wrap that one twice, now we're going to alter it. For row 3, instead of wrapping it twice, we're going to do a purl over like we did row 1. But instead of wrapping twice, there'll be a purl over here. That's what's forming that little triangle teardrop shape. This one was the one that we purled over. We're going to wrap it twice, so we're alternating. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? We're alternating. So this is row 3. And then we're going to purl over, wrap twice, purl, purl over, and then we're going to wrap twice again. And purl it. And then we're going to U-wrap this last peg. Now row 4, this is the last row. We're going to do exactly like we did 1 and 2, where we wrap twice. We're going to wrap twice again and purl it. So we're going to wrap 1, 2 E-wraps, pull it around to the front, purl, take it off, all 3 loops, put it back on. Then this one, instead of purl over, remember with number row 2 we purl, we're going to purl this one. We purled it over for number 3. We're going to purl it over for going to purl it for number 4. Wrap twice, purl, and then we're going to purl this one, wrap twice, purl, and then we're going to purl this one, and then we're going to U-wrap this one. Now remember, every time you start a new row to slip that first peg. So if I went back, I'd start with row number 1, I would slip that peg and start this one. So now you should be forming your stitch, your pattern. Let's see if we can see it. Yep, see, you have your little triangle here, and your little pigtails over to the side. See little triangles forming right there, and your little pigtails. So that's what it should look like. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If you need me to slow something down and take a little clip out so you can see something better, I'll be glad to do that for you. But that's it. Enjoy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.